really aplenty in Week 14. Eagles, they head to New York. They take on the Giants. Philly looking to keep its 2-game lead on Dallas, while New York just a half game up on that final wild card spot. And then you go upstate New York. Jets taking on the Bills. You know the Jets, 1 game up for that final AFC wild card spot, while Josh Allen looking for his 4th straight win. And then you got Brady and the Bucs. They head to San Fran looking to keep their momentum at 6-6. The Bucs with the win could get over 500 for the first time since Week 5. And Brady realizes he's got a big opportunity.
Some games, would I rather win by 3 touchdowns? Absolutely. But if we're not going to win by 3 touchdowns, I mean, that's a great way to win a game because, y'all remember that game for the rest of my life. Got to build on it. We got to get positive momentum. We got to get, a lot of confidence and just keep building on it week after week.
All right, so you hear Tom Brady saying week after week, are the Bucs going to carry that momentum from that comeback win on Monday night? What do you think, RC?
Hell no. What momentum? That ain't momentum. That's, hey, we had lucky 2 drives, right? Like you throw the football down the field, you get the pass interference with Mike Evans. Honestly, that was a bad throw. Mike Evans had steps on the defender, and Poston Debo had to come back, catch up with him, and try to play the ball because Tom Brady underthrew it early on in that game. We're missing footballs down the field. The defense is beat up on the back end. And yes, if Tom Brady is in the game late, I will always bet on Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not going to be in this game late. You carry over consistency. You carry over things you've seen over time. When you go across the water and you play very well against the Seattle Seahawks and you play well for 4 quarters, you run the football. Those are the type of things you have an opportunity to carry over. When you have one of those games where you have to come back into the post-game press conference and say, you know what, that was effing awesome. You say that because you're not supposed to win. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers weren't supposed to be the depleted New Orleans Saints. They found their way late, but that does not carry over when you're playing a team like the San Francisco 49ers that are that sound, that good on defense, and that skilled offensively.
What do you think about, I heard you shake your head.
Yeah, 14 and a half sacks in 11 games. That's what Bosa's got. So the 49ers have a pass rush that is going to be licking their chops to go and get a statue that's in the backfield. That's Tom Brady. Tom's not moving great. And we know that Tom with pressure on him is not the best. So I think the 49ers and their defense is really going to take over in this game. And it's going to come down to the Bucs offensive line. Can they hold up? I doubt it.
Cindy, let's put up everybody's game picks here for this game.
Proud of you. Thanks, RC.
Everybody's got here. So everybody's rolling with the Niners. If that's the case, Acho, let's go in a world. How do the Bucs beat the Niners?
They have to keep it close until the end and then let Tom Brady do what he's done 2 out of the last couple weeks, lead a game-winning drive. That's the only way. Defensively, the Niners are dominant. We've seen that. Tampa Bay can be consistently dominant. Defensively, Tampa Bay can slow down the 49ers. They can slow down Mr. Irrelevant. And so if you keep the game close towards the end, defense steps up, and then Tom Brady does what he did last week, what he did a couple weeks ago. He leads a game-winning drive. That's the only way that Tampa Bay can beat the 49ers.
Brooke, this is Brock Purdy and Tom Brady. How are we saying Brock Purdy advantage over Tom Brady?
Because I look at who Brock Purdy has around him. I mean, he's a self-driving car in this offense. They're in the Bay Area. He's in a Tesla in this offense here. I mean, you got Debo, you got George Kittle, you got Christian McCaffrey. He can't mess this up. But, I mean, I say that, knock on wood here, because the only way that the Bucs win is if they get the rookie to make rookie mistakes, to make the kind of mistakes that you would expect to see out of Mr. Irrelevant. And to Sam's point, then you let Tom Brady take over, but that has to be close late. You have to force him to make those mistakes early. The Bucs defense has to step up. That's how they win this game. And offensively, you play with tempo. Brady has to get the ball out of his hands quickly, but look, you can't play with tempo the whole game. Your defense is going to be gassed, and then how are they going to be dominant? So it's going to be tough to manage.
If you're Tampa, you got to keep this thing close and hope that you can see some Brady magic at the end. All right, coming up, it had harder in this league after last night's performance.
No. Baker Mayfield didn't change my mind after, 3 minutes of a performance. And honestly, Baker Mayfield looked good throughout the entire game. We were in our pre-production meeting on Tuesday, and they were saying, okay, what do we want to say about Baker Mayfield once he's picked up? And everybody on the call said absolutely nothing. And then when I saw that he'd gone to the Rams, it piqued my interest, and I actually had to talk about it because this is a smart move. This is a number 1 overall draft pick. We understand the talent, the accuracy that he can have, the arm talent, getting outside the pocket and making plays. But those things didn't happen 2 years ago in Cleveland. It didn't happen this year in Carolina. But now with the Rams, with Sean McVay, a team that wants to run, get into play action pass, things we've seen Baker Mayfield do well, I said, okay, maybe so. An aging Matthew Stafford. And what we saw from Baker Mayfield was that he does have the talent, he does have the understanding, he does have the competitive drive. Now can he sustain this throughout games, throughout a season? And now with Sean McVay, a guy who apparently flew next to him on a flight when they were going to the draft or something, and now they're friends and they like each other and all these good things. If we can see this consistently from Baker Mayfield, though, he can be a Ram next season, and with an aging Matthew Stafford, maybe one day be the starting quarterback there. This is basically a rest of the season tryout.
Nico, so many people were talking about, hey, look, Baker Mayfield's days as a starter are over. Did you change your mind last night?
I mean, RC said 2 words. Sustain and consistency. I need to see consistency out of Baker because in this instance, he comes in off the plane in 10 days. You got nothing to lose. Hit your back foot, throw the ball down the field. Okay, great. You played a Raiders team that in the 4th quarter just fell apart. They've done that in the past. So I want to see this next week. I want to see it with more of an understanding of the offense because there were also plays where there were missed throws, there were throws into the ground, there were also miscues in the running game where he turned around, the running back, he went the wrong way. So a better understanding of the offense, like this play right now, just a better understanding could help me have a better, idea of where he's going to be with this team because consistently he has been inconsistent. And that's been his biggest issue. That's why he was the number 1 overall pick that they let walk out of the building, and he went to Carolina, and he had a 74 QBR, which isn't good. So again, 1 game, 230 yards with 1 touchdown. I'm not jumping on that he should be my franchise quarterback just yet.
Acho, it wasn't 2 days. It was in 2 days.
He's played football for how many years?
Yeah, it's 2 days, though. It's 2 days, Acho.
Yeah.
He's still no offense.
He's still no
Baker Mayfield.
call me a hater.
Acho?
Yes, Baker Mayfield is still a starting quarterback in the NFL, right? We're not. So there's 32 starting positions in the NFL. Someone else started that game yesterday, and that person, Wofford, didn't finish it. Baker Mayfield did. Someone else on the other side in the second half for the other team went 2 for 7 for 11 yards in the second half, and that guy's a starting quarterback as well. And so my mind wasn't changed. Yes, no, he may not be a top 10, top 15, whatever. We're talking about 32 spots in the NFL. A guy that can, if you get in the right position, in the right spot with the right people around you, can help you win games. Yes, that's exactly what and who Baker Mayfield is.
1 game.
What about you? You covered him in college.
I did. Look,
you covered him in college.
It's 1 game.
I hear you, but you know what?
It's Thursday night football. It's been terrible football. It's 1 game. All right, come on. Sorry.
Shove your hate for a minute because I'm going to tell you something. Because I was with Baker Mayfield for 2 years in Oklahoma. Actually, 2 years in a row. This very weekend, I was with Baker Mayfield for the Heisman ceremony in New York. I know this guy. Yeah, he was here. I was covering it.
With the fan club? Were you with the fan club?
I was not with the fan club. I was paid, actually, to be here with the Oklahoma. But you know what I root for? I root for a good story, as any journalist would. This is a great story because you know where he thrives? Baker Mayfield thrives when everyone is counting him out. He thrives when there are no expectations. And you can tell me that he now has expectations going into next week. But he's not playing for a 5th-year option. He's not playing for a mega deal. He is playing to survive in this league. That is where he really, I think, hits his stride. And the difference here is that he has a coach that believes in him, that he can pair with. I think that the Mayfield-McVay pairing can be similar to the Mayfield-Riley pairing that we saw at OU, where he really, I think, attached to Riley from the second he got there, and that's how he developed to become a number 1 overall pick. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. But I think that he plays well with a chip on his shoulder. I think he has the intangibles. Hugh Jackson also said it best in 2018.